Very good morning, class. This lecture is about system analysis and design, and the code for this subject is TCS 462. Myself, Dr. Sachin Sharma. We are discussing Unit 1, System Concept and Information System Environment. So this is the view graph. In the last lecture, we discussed about the 9 elements of the system. Here we can see that the boundaries of this bubble is an environment, and in this environment there are different components who are connected to each other. They can communicate to each other using interfaces, and the boundaries for each inside component should be defined, that we discussed in the last lecture. This complete environment, the blue bubble that you see, it should have input that should provide the input to any one of the component which is inside the environment, and the output can be generated by any one of the component. Interface, it provides the intercommunication among multiple components, and there is interrelationship which is part of the process and trying to meet the single objective which we discussed in the last lecture, that is called purpose. The purpose should be well known to all the components, and all the components try to fulfill that specific purpose. So this is how the system works and how the different components performs by maintaining their boundary, using the interface for the communication. It may be inter or internal communication, and based on the input, all the components work together and generate the output within the single environment. Characteristics and types of system. The organization. How do you define the organization? The organization should have the structure. In structure, the order of the different components should be defined. For example, in a company, there is a hierarchy of the position. At the top there is CEO, then CTO, which is called Chief Technology Officer, and Chief Technology Officer, and CFO, Chief Financial Officer. They work simultaneously, and they communicate to each other and help CEO to perform the organization purpose. Computer system, if you talk about how does computer perform, then as all of you know that there are input devices, output devices, central processing unit, and storage devices which are inbuilt in computer system, and there are hierarchy. You cannot expect output devices to generate output randomly. They also wait the for the input from the input devices, then they process, and then they generate output. If required, they store data in the storage devices. Interaction. There are different components, different subsystems which are the part of one single system within their environment. So if you talk about just only computer system, then the storage devices, which has memory, it store the data which is generated by, which are coming from input devices, processing in CPU, and generated output by output devices. So all the data can be stored, and all our components interacting to each other and helping to fulfill the single purpose of the system within the environment. Interdependence. This is very important, where component linkage and component dependence. As I mentioned that every component has their boundary. So input device cannot interrupt in output devices, cannot interrupt in CPU work. Input devices responsible to get the input. Once the input is received, it will pass to CPU. And once it's passed, input devices are not allowed to interrupt in CPU work. And once the processing is working, output device cannot be dependent or cannot interrupt in input devices work. So output devices should wait until the processing is complete. Then CPU will send the information to output devices. As per user requirement, the storage device perform. If user want to save the file, user save the file in the storage device. If it is not required, then user just discard it. So only the log file is stored in the storage file to make sure that some work has been done in at certain time. Integration. How subsystems are tied to each other to achieve the same objective of the organization within the same environment. Integration is very important part in terms of developing a software. If the system is complex, then there are many components which are developed independently. Using interface, they can communicate to each other, because in somehow there are some components who generate the different type of output, to make sure that every component understand that what is happening. So integration is very important, how you integrate the different components in the same environment. Objective should be centralized, and it should be identified before developing the system, that why you want to develop the system and how the component will be designed and how their boundaries will be decided, how the environment will be decided. And once the objective is finalized, then the work can be allocated to different components, and where every component can perform at their optimized way. Now we'll talk about the types of system. That there are physical or abstract system. So the physical system has tangible entities. It may be static or it may be dynamic in nature. For example, if we talk about, there is a computer center, right? So there is a system of computer center. So here system means the computer center's flow. So in computer center there must be desk or chairs, which are static part of that computer center system. The programs, data, applications that can change according to the user's need, right? So it's in dynamic mode. Abstract systems are conceptual. They are not physical entities, and they may be like formulas, representation or model of a real system. In that, maybe some formulas are already there or some may be designed for a specific purpose. So physical system or abstract system is something where you will see two different type of nature, either static or dynamic or both. Now the second type is open closed system, and there is majority in type of open system. And what are the open system? Open system has many interface within its environment, as there are components which are designed or developed independently, and making sure that that interface are there to communicate with the other components. And this open closed system can also adapt itself to changing environment condition, which is more preferable in nowadays. Open closed system can receive input from and delivers output to the outside of the system, of the environment. And the closed system, in it doesn't interact with the others environment, and again the closed system exists in concept only. It is not preferred by many of the businesses. So in open system, it is more flexible for the user point of view and for the developer point of view. The next type is man-made information system. So this man-made information system is the basis for interaction between user and the analyst. And the main purpose of this system is it manages the data for a particular organization. So if you think that who are the person who deal with the organization data, so organization data is completely dependent on the what type of users are associated with the organization and the data analyst. So this information system is interacting with the user or the data analyst who are situated in the organization. So these are the three types of the system. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.